You may or may not have noticed that there was no vlog yesterday. That's because yesterday was my first day off in 2 weeks, and instead of making videos, I went to the mall. I want to talk to you today about a matter that concerns all of us. As writers, as creative thinkers, as artists, all of us have various ways that we channel our creativity. Some are maybe slightly less publicly appropriate than others. I'm talking about hearing voices or having visions, the writer crazies. Not everyone suffers from the writer crazies, and no two people have the same symptoms. These may include hearing voices, carrying on conversations with said voices in your head or aloud, stopping mid-sentence, chore, dance routine, what have you, to converse with these voices, growing angry, frustrated, or depressed by imaginary commentary, situations, or persons, and suffering from inexplicably detailed visions of horrific activities. That last one might just be exclusive to horror writers. On a completely less serious note, at Crossroads, I don't know, I'm going to stop talking about Crossroads eventually. No, I'm not. At Crossroads, I had the extreme joy to meet Bernice McFadden, who is a wonderful author and a wonderful writer who basically came out and said that she hears voices and she doesn't give a damn. I mean, my friends who know that I'm a writer understand what I'm talking about when I talk about the voices. Other people? Not so much, no. Okay, so there's likely a very thin border between being highly creative and probably schizophrenic. So to people who understand what we do and how we think, writer crazies are just what they are. To other people, Tuesday, I had a moment. I was in the middle of ringing up this woman's grocery order when all of a sudden, the main character from my as yet unscripted NaNoWriMo project decided to enlighten me with a full-on speech about the pinnacle of his story, which of course I couldn't write down. Luckily for me, she didn't notice, but my bagger looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" I may have looked something like this. As soon as the lady left, I grabbed my pen and a stray paper bag and I jotted down as much as I could possibly remember because, of course, 30 seconds after he started talking to me, he stopped. And I remember nothing. Which I guess is a hazard of the job. So, what do we do about it? Writing in your head still counts as writing. So if you can somehow manage to repeat those voices until you can get to a piece of paper, or at least highlight the really important bits, you might be saved from aggressive writer crazies. You know, the kind where you're constantly talking to yourself and scrabbling for those little bits of information that you can't remember anymore. The main thing I think we should all take from this is that every single one of us is absolutely insane, and there's no shame in being who you are. Especially if being who you are involves a fabulous new Beetlejuice shirt and a red pea coat. If you are enjoying these vlogs, please consider clicking the subscribe button or the thumbs up. That would be super cool of you. Also, in coming days, I will be doing a mini-series on horror with Kristen Jett of Pen and Muse. For those of you who don't remember, because I've only mentioned it every week since it started, Pen and Muse is also hosting the Dark Carnival short story anthology. Tomorrow is Friday, which means there will be another installment of stories for you to enjoy. It is absolutely free on penandmuse.com. It was a surprise when you entered the Dark Carnival. But we are going to be doing a mini-series on horror, about why we got into horror, what our favorite horror tropes are, what scares us. But it should be a lot of fun. Kristen is such a cool person. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.